A warm welcome to all the grade 9 learners and also your parents who joined us for this session today. My name is Pieter Clase and I'm from the Department of Recruitment at the University of Pretoria. And it's our job to make sure that you as young people are guided towards making responsible choices on your way towards successful careers one day. Now, this can be an interesting journey because there's a lot of challenges that you have to face on your way towards making it in life one day. And you may not realize that, but making the right subject choices is the starting point. After that, when you get to grade 12 and grade 11, obviously you will have to make sure that you obtain high enough scores to get into a university and to get into a degree, and then also to be admitted into a study program at one of your preferred institutions. Very important is to not dropping out when the going gets tough one day. You may think it's quite far away still for you to go, but it's just around the corner. And it's not only a transition academically from the school into a university, but also non-academically. You are going to enter a big institution and we have to prepare you adequately, also emotionally, for that transition to a university or a technikon where you are going to study. Now, we must always start with the academic achievement also, and I know your parents and your teachers are telling you that, but there's only one thing that can guarantee your admission into a study program one day, and that is your academic performance. And I'm going to share with you a short video clip just to demonstrate the importance to excel academically. Now, I'm sure you all agree with the last statement that we have there. And also you will notice on this video, keep on keeping on. That is the success or the key to success also one day when you talk about the academics. In grade 9s, the reality is in front of you on the screen now. At the University of Pretoria, we receive every year more than 43,000 applications of grade 12 learners who would like to further their studies at the university the following year. And we only have space for 10,000 students. So that should tell you that in some kind of a way we are going to do selection, and you will have to make sure that you will be one of these 10,000 people not to be disappointed later on. Also, at this stage, you may think, but we are talking about subject choices. What does this have to do with me? It's very important that already from grade 9, you must be made aware. Doesn't just count that you have the correct subjects to enter the university, you must also have adequate scores to enter. And your grade 11 end exam mark, that is the important one when you are going to apply in grade 12. I can tell you today, the most important examination in your life will be your grade 11 end examination, because based on that mark, you will be selected to enter a tertiary institution. And if that mark is not sufficient, we cannot admit you. And the time to start preparing academically for that is now in grade 9. But let us get back to what we are really going to talk today, and that is about your grade 10 subject choices. Now, in South Africa, we like steps to make sure that we don't forget and that we don't leave out some things. And there are a few steps, I think, that can make it possible for you to make a responsible and a safe subject choice. I know a lot of grade 9 learners, and sometimes more also the parents, find this a stressful exercise. But you need not worry, because I think it's possible. I'm going to demonstrate to you today how to make a safe subject choice. The steps that you will have to follow is in front of you now. Firstly, gather information on possible career opportunities, and we will elaborate on that a little bit later on. Secondly, you will have to take note of the structure of the National Senior Certificate, if you are doing that qualification, or the IEB, for that matter, maybe also Cambridge. Step 3, you will have to make sure about the admission requirements of the specific tertiary institution that you will be entering one day, and then that very important decision whether you are going to pick mathematics or mathematics literacy. And I believe once you've followed all 4 of these steps, then you get to step 5, where you will be able to make a safe subject choice. Lastly, I'm also going to just refer to our JuniorTukkie program at the university, which is an opportunity for you to already from grade 9 become a member of the JuniorTukkie and the University of Pretoria family, so that we can guide you towards a successful study program one day. Let's start with the first step. And this is really critical. You cannot decide on a subject choice in grade 10 if you don't know where you are heading towards. What I'm saying by that is you will first have to think about what kind of career field would you like to be in one day. And now some people can say, okay, but it's easy to say I must choose a career, but I'm still young. I don't know what I would like to do. I know that. And you don't have to decide on a specific career, but at least you know in what kind of field you would like to be one day. Because if you are a person who wants to go into the sciences or the health sciences, that kind of field, engineering, immediately there's some subjects that we know that you need to take, like mathematics and science, etc. But we will get to the detail. So at the end, you need to be in a career one day where you are going to be happy, hopefully, for 30 to 40 years after studies. So you need to look at careers and decide on a career field that's going to suit your interest, your aptitude, your personality, your work ethics, and your personal vision. And that is the exciting exercise that I'm also going to demonstrate to you today, and that's going to make it much easier for you to decide on what subjects I need to take. Very important that I would also like to bring to your attention today is the whole concept about job shadowing. Maybe some of you don't know what this means. This means that if you are interested in becoming an architect one day, you've got 3 years now ahead of you to make an appointment with an architect that is already in this career. Sir, ma'am, I'm interested in this career that you are doing. Please tell me, what is the good things about the career? What is the not so good things about the career? What are the challenges? What is the salary that we are talking about? All those kind of information. You can get answers honestly from a person like that, and that will enable you to say, listen, this is the career path that I would like to go, or rather not. No, this is not what I think. Maybe I should consider something else. That is also something that can be quite an exciting exercise. Now, the second step, how do I qualify for a program? I'm not going to spend a lot of time here because I know at your schools there's enough guidance also in this regard, because you know that to get into a tertiary institution one day, there's 2 sets of admission requirements that you need to meet. The one is your final school year qualification, and that your teachers will tell you about, because at the end of grade 12, at the university, we are interested in your final school year certificate that you get from National Senior Certificate or the IEB certificate. And on that certificate, at the bottom, it must state, this candidate qualifies for bachelor degree study. Then we are happy, because then you meet all the requirements. Those learners who are doing the Cambridge, it's a little bit of a different criteria, but also you need to meet the subject requirements, but then also there's another exemption certificate that you had to get from University South Africa. The second set of requirements, very important, is the university or the faculty-specific requirement. And this is going to help us a lot when we're going to look at your subject choices. Because all the universities in South Africa have different admission requirements. At the University of Pretoria, there's an example of one of our programs, a BSc in biochemistry, someone who's interested in the sciences. Important, if you look to the right, the achievement levels, English, critical that you must have English because it's a subject requirement, mathematics, and physical sciences. So immediately it tells you, if someone is interested in these kind of programs in the sciences, English, maths, and science, critical to include in your subject package. Then you will also see at the end of each program, we have the APS score, what we call the admission point score. How to calculate the admission point score, I'm sure you heard about that. There you have it, an example of a learner in grade 10, already chose his 7 subjects, and now you just read off your admission point score from the table that I know you are familiar with at the schools. So in this case, this person has got an English home language, a 67% in the exam. If you go to the table, you will see a 67, between 60 and 69 gives you a 5 APS score. So based on your percentages in your different subjects, you just read off the score from the table, and then you add up to get a total of 33 in this case. Please take note that at the University of Pretoria, life orientation is excluded when you calculate your APS score. APS score is calculated on 6 subjects, excluding the life orientation. Let us quickly talk about that sensitive issue, whether you should choose mathematics or mathematics literacy. Now, I'd also like to ask the parents to be realistic when you look at this choice for your child. And please also listen to the advice that you get at school. Some people think, if my child don't take mathematics, he can do nothing. That's not true, because believe me, if you have mathematics that you failed, you can also do nothing. In those cases, it may be better to rather consider moving over to mathematics literacy and make sure that you do well in that subject, because there's still a lot of opportunities available for these people. So the hint that we give from our side, if your child, if the grade 9 learner have the potential to pass his mathematics comfortably, please stick with the mathematics, because it's a fact. When you drop the mathematics, there are some programs that you will not be able to do, like the health sciences, engineering, where mathematics is a requirement. But if there's a chance that you may fail the mathematics, rather consider moving over to mathematics literacy, where the children can do better. And there are still a lot of career opportunities, study opportunities. Almost all the programs in the Faculty of Education, humanities, theology, law, some of the programs in information technology, learners can access with mathematics literacy. So the parents and the learners, good luck also with making this important decision between mathematics and mathematics literacy. Now let us get now to the interesting practical side of our session today. You will remember that I said to make a responsible subject choice, we must first find out what kind of career interest you have. And this is an excellent website where you are going to do this. If you look at the top there, the name of this website, www.gostudy.net/UP. There's a lot of information on this page that can also benefit you as you are carrying on later with your studies. But the first thing that we are interested at this stage is the questionnaire. And you will find that on the home page. That is a career interest questionnaire that I would like you all to go and complete after this session. Very easy. It's not an examination. It's a questionnaire with 105 questions where you are just going to answer yes or no. Going to take you about 10 minutes, but at the end, you are going to get a result of all your fields of interest that will give you an indication. Where are my interests lying high, where they are lower, where there's no interest, and this is going to guide us towards what subjects you must include in your subject package. And I'm going to explain to you some examples now. Now let's look at the first example. This grade 9 learner did this questionnaire, and at the end, this was the result. Now you can see in this case, 100% interest in information technology. The moment we know that, there's two things popping out for me, and that is English, because English is a requirement for all our programs, and mathematics. The moment you go into IT and you want to do programming and those kind of things, mathematics critically. But also, combined with this, there's an interest in marketing and sales, management and planning, finance, which gives us also indication maybe this child will later on decide in a business kind of environment. And if you look at combination between the IT and the business side, it may well be a program like BCom Informatics one day. So in this particular case, we need to make sure that this learner chooses his subject so that he can enter any IT program one day, but more than that, also any program in our Faculty of Economic and Management Sciences. There's no interest here to go into health sciences or to go into engineering or to go into the humanities. So this child is going to concentrate on the subjects that will give them access to his fields of interest. Let's look at another example. And this is typically what we get from grade 9 learners. Because you can see this person has got a very broad field of interest, which is normal. You are quite young, you are considering a lot of things. But still we are going to get some guidance because we can see where they are high and where the interest is not so high. In this particular program, plants and animals is coming out top together with health support services. Now, the moment I see plants and animals, it can show towards things like veterinary science or something in the BSc faculty, to the plant side, also BSc plant sciences, etc. So we will have to make sure that this person pick his subjects so that he can meet the requirements for those kind of programs, and the critical subjects here will be maths, science, and your English. But also, if you look further to health, to management and planning. With management and planning, you will remember from the previous slide, that is our BCom faculty, and their mathematics is important. But we will have to add on to this person's subject package the physical science also because of his interest in health sciences, plants and animals, and those kind of faculties where he will probably end up. Also, if you look at his interest in engineering, same thing with us. With engineering, you need maths and science. So I'm not going further down this graph, but I do hope that you understand at this stage, just by looking at your fields of interest, you get a feeling about what subjects are important. Now let's take it now from there. Once you've done this questionnaire, we can move over to this brochure. And the link to this grade 10 subject choice brochure will be communicated with you via email after this session, and also it will be available on our JuniorTukkie online platform. On each page of this brochure, you will see on the left-hand side of the brochure, we have the faculty, the specific faculty at the University of Pretoria, with the programs listed. Now on my slide, because of not enough space, I don't have all the programs listed. But there you can see on the left-hand side, we've got the program in the Faculty of Humanities, and then we have the subject requirements, which is quite important for us to help you with your subject choice. What we did then on the right-hand side of the page, if you are interested in going into a field like this, for instance, then you must go to the right-hand column where you can see what are the critical subjects that I must add to my subject package. And in this case, you will remember the previous example, this person was interested in the health support services. There's typically two programs, the BA Speech Language Pathology and the BA Audiology, which falls within that field of interest. Critical things here, English important, mathematics important, critical. So if you look to the right now, at the school level, you will have to take your 2 languages, which is compulsory. So your English will already be included there. But this student needs to take also mathematics, so that is your 3rd subject. And in any case, you will have to take life orientation at school, which is not a requirement with us, but you must take it. So a person interested in this kind of study fields, those are the 4 critical subjects that you'll have to include. So you will have the opportunity to also pick 3 elective subjects to make up your subject package of 7 subjects. But we will talk about the electives right now. Let's take another example. I'm going to take you quickly through all the faculties. These are the rest of the programs in the Faculty of Humanities. BA Law, all the BA programs, there you can see the only requirement is English. In other words, at school level, you don't have to have mathematics. You will have the choice between maths and maths literacy. Let's go on to the Faculty of Health Sciences. I know there's a lot of you interested in becoming doctors, physiotherapists, all those kind of careers. Important if you look at the subjects: English, mathematics, physical science. Those are the three critical ones, and then there's one or two where you can have either physical science or life science. So to the right of the page, what will this person include in his subject package? The two languages, Afrikaans, English, mathematics, physical science critical, life orientation a must. So in this case, this learner has got 5 critical subjects. He or she will only have to add 2 electives at the end. Just concentrate on the critical subjects for now, and then you'll see how it's going to fit together at the end. Education. People who are interested in education, you can see there the requirement is English. So it will in any case, in this case, you can also take maths or maths lit, except if you want to become a maths teacher or the physical science teacher, then you will have to include maths and science. People who are interested in the sciences, whether it is the biological sciences or whether it's the physical sciences, doesn't really matter, because the subject requirements for all of them will be English, mathematics, physical science. So once again, 2 languages, maths, physical science, life orientation, 5 critical subjects, and there you can pick 2 other subjects. If you are interested in becoming an actuary one day, or you want to do actuarial sciences or mathematical statistics, maths, the important thing, science not so important in that case. This is the Faculty of Economic and Management Sciences that we already spoke about. Critical subjects, English and mathematics, that need to be in your package. If you want to go to the Faculty of Law, English is the requirement here, so you can take either maths or maths lit. And then when you go to the Faculty of Engineering, Built Environment and Information Technology, and specifically in the building environment, architecture, those kind of programs, maths, science, very important. For engineering, English, maths, science. You can see those 3 subjects are always coming up as critical subjects in a lot of our faculties. Theology, to become a minister in a church, for instance, only English a requirement. And then for veterinary science, to become a veterinarian, or for veterinary nursing, again, English, mathematics, and physical sciences. So let us just stop there for a moment. In other words, what you will find that in most cases, the safest subject choice that you can take is your 2 languages, mathematics, physical science, and life orientation. If you have that subject package, then you can apply for any program at the University of Pretoria. But as I've indicated, if you have no interest in science, for instance, and you don't want to go in a field like that one day, rather into law or the humanities or some of those programs, you don't have to take the physical science. Let us talk a little bit now about those electives that I spoke about. I also want to talk to the parents in this regard. Previously, earlier, when you had to do your subjects at school and you have to get admission into a university, you had to take what we call the straight 6 subjects, all the difficult subjects. Nowadays, in a sense, it's easier. If your child has got the critical subjects to enter his preferred study program one day, please include in his subjects choice also 1 or 2 subjects that they enjoy, that they find easy. It doesn't really have to do with this program or the career field that they want to go into. We get a lot of students who want to go into medicine, for instance, but they love drama, or they love music, or they find the tourism subject interesting. Please include those subjects also in the subject package to make up the 7. Why? Because of 2 reasons. The moment you include 1 or 2 subjects that you don't find so difficult, your APS score will increase. You will have a higher average, which can make your access into a tertiary institution easier. But the other most important reason, I think, is that the moment you take 1 or 2 subjects that you really enjoy and you find easy, you are going to take off the stress a little bit of this difficult maths and science and those kind of subjects that you have to take. So good luck in making this subject choice. I hope this is going to assist you when you go through the booklet that you can make a subject choice. I can't decide for you what electives you are going to take. You will have to look at the subject package offered by your school, and based on that, you can decide on the subjects that you are going to include. Lastly, I would just like to talk about the Junior Tukkie program. Now, the Junior Tukkie program is a flagship program at our university. It's a relationship building that you, from grade 9, can become a member of free of charge. No commitment that you must come to the University of Pretoria. There's a lot of enrichment programs, part of this program, that can assist you to make your transition to the university easier. And there's some easy steps also that you can follow. And the first thing is to become a Junior Tukkie is to download our Junior Tukkie app. Now, the Junior Tukkie app is a web-based app where you get all the information that you need in order to further your studies later on. You are just going to type into your cell phones, Junior Tukkie app, one word, .co.za. You download the app, and then you will get the information in front of you. The next step that you will have to take is to become a member. In other words, the fact that you downloaded the email or the application doesn't make you a member already. You will have to register. So in the front, right on the homepage of this app, you will find a little hat, a little red pet, and there it will say, become a Junior Tukkie. You click on that, you enter your details, and then you submit. And we will start communicating with you via our app, also through notifications. Membership, there's a lot of advantages, a lot of benefits that you can see in front of you now, career and study guidance. I'm not going to mention all those things, but you will find it on your app when you start and browse through everything that we have to offer. Then also, a new development that we are very excited about is the Junior Tukkie online platform that you are also going to have access to as a Junior Tukkie member. On this platform, we have enrichment programs in 5 subjects: mathematics, physical science, accounting, life sciences, and English, where we have short video clips on difficult topics in all these subjects. And at the end, it will run from grade 9 right through to grade 12, not to replace your teacher at school, not at all, but it's enrichment, topics that you struggle with, that you can enter on our YouTube playlist, and that you can, at the end, get more information and know how to solve these problems. But more than that, as I've indicated, it's not only about an academic transition to school or to university, but also non-academic. And you will find a lot of interesting and inspirational videos on life skills, creativity, all those kind of things that you are going to need to make a successful transition. Then, an invitation also from my side. Please make an appointment with one of our student advisors on campus that are more than willing to assist you. That is now when you get to grade 10, grade 11, and grade 12, and that you need more specific advice about exactly what you would like to do. We also welcome campus visits, also at this stage, where you can make contact with us to come to our campus and to get the feeling of what a university campus is all about. This is all things that can make it exciting for you to do this exercise and to make sure that you've got your plans in place when you want to study one day. Lastly also, we are never going to drop you as a Junior Tukkie. It is not our aim only to get you to the University of Pretoria. Our aim is to get you to graduation ceremony as soon as possible. So the moment you become a Tukkie one day, then you will become a member of our Junior Tukkie Society, or a student, or we call them student ambassadors, and then at the end also alumni. So while you're at the University of Pretoria, we from our division side will monitor your progress. If we see you struggle with certain things like life learning support or time management, we have tools in place where we can assist our Junior Tukkies to give them a good learning experience at the university and make sure that at the end they will succeed. This is our Junior Tukkie website that you will also find on your laptops or your cell phones, where you have all the information that I've mentioned now that you will find on the app. you can also find on the website. Thank you very much for allowing me this opportunity to speak to you, and I really hope that the hints that I've given you today will help you in making a successful and a safe subject choice. Good luck also for the rest of your academic year. Thank you.